Welcome to Shore Perspectives, a community feature of WESR Radio, highlighting the spirit of the shore from those who call it home.
My name is Carletha Ayers Rogers. So in 2021, we had a baby, and we go to the 20-week scan, and they said her long bones, I can't see her long bones. So of course, from that situation, you have to go through all the maternal fetal stuff. And they said that, she has a rare form of skeletal dysplasia. Well, with skeletal dysplasia, most kids don't make it out of the hospital, much less the delivery room, even in utero. So, okay, we went through the pregnancy. They said abort her. We said no. We was like, y'all not God. We gonna, keep on keeping on. So we have her. We're in the NICU here at CHKD for 7 weeks. Then we went up to Nemours up in Delaware, and we did 14 weeks there. Her last operation, we were supposed to come home after that. Doctor hits the main artery. She winds up bleeding, so we didn't get the wish that we wanted to bring her home. So from that, I was working with a therapist, and she was just like, Carletha, what do you love to do? I was like, I'm a mama. I was like, I love to cook, I love to bake. And she was like, I just needed you to do more of that. And I was just like, okay. So I just, I had 3 boys in high school, so I just told, I started baking. I started sending it to school with them. And the teacher that was there, he was my neighbor down the street on Indian Trail. So he was like, hey, you need to make this into a business. And I'm like, I don't know how to do this. So one morning, the Nancock market was getting ready to start. At the beginning, I told Dave, I said, I'm going out there to the market. And he was like, you're going to do what? And I was just like, I'm going to the market. And we weren't ready, but it's like, if not now, then when? Like you go when you're not ready. So we went, and we had a little tent, and we had like a little table. And the first week, we sold out. And then every week, we just kept showing up, and we sold out, and God, and we just been expanding. We just literally just kept putting one foot in front of the other. I think for us, it's always been the cold months. Those are the ones where you want to question your whole life, like, God, is this really what you want me to do? Because it's cold out here, but it was like, I just know it's been inside of me, I used to watch my mama serve from at church, and I used to see her serve her punch, and that's one of our components, our lemonade. I used to see her serve food and make spoon bread, My mom wasn't like a big baker, but she loved to cook. We lived in Painter, so there we had big agricultural scene there. Jackie Dewar produce, we always had fresh vegetables. I can always remember my mama when she was home from work, she always would cook for us. My favorite thing was fried chicken. I think I got like a birthmark of a fried chicken on my leg. So I love fried chicken. And just watching her serve at church, that was the biggest influence. Being able to see her just give herself to it. And then plus 2, I had kids. And then plus 2, the more that I started to learn about food, about how it nourishes our body, how we can heal our body through food, that started to really change how my relationship with food was. And like I try to bring it when we have this space, and we'll be on the food truck or wherever we are, because I'm like, all right, I know if I put this in here, this can, this won't harm anything. And then it's all about the preservatives. Like I try my best to stay away from the preservatives, and that's when I feed people, I'm like, hey, I'm giving you whole food, I'm giving you real food, I want you to live, because that's what I want for anybody. My customers have come in and said, hey, you got a menu. And I'll tell you, I just kind of work with the spirit. Whatever God says, hey, listen, it's cold season. I think, or we might have to add some cayenne pepper to kind of open up everything. Or we might need some vitamin C for everybody, so we might add some peppers. Like it's always been about, I know the concept of soul food, the quote unquote, but I think for my culture, we have been misguided, by food, and not to understand that food is actually there to heal us, and for us to start to research, and for us to actually say, hey, listen, the body always wants to heal itself. but we have to give it the right elements. And that's why when I cook a bowl of powdered chili, you know, I'm thinking about I'm thinking about the science, but I'm thinking about like the lycopenes that are inside of it, you know, like how, you know, if this person is down or out, you know, how does this help to elevate their mood or whatever the case may be, or so I'm always conscious about what I'm putting inside to make everybody else, you know, feel whole as well, you know. So at 14, I worked at Redwood Gables, you know, so I got to watch the food industry, and I love to eat. So it's always been inside of me, but I can say I really didn't question, you know, if we, you know, could do this. It was just like, okay, what's our next move? You know, all right, God, you know, speak to us and tell us, you know, how you want us to move, how you want us to serve the people, you know, because it's all about service. It says, you know, in all things give thanks. So, you know, of course, and our daughter's name was Mary Elizabeth, and we actually named her after my famous mother-in-law, Miss Mama Girl. And, you know, again, I got to kiss on her little fat jaws. You know, I got to, you know, hold her skin to skin. Before that, I got to feel her doing her jumping jacks or whatever she was doing inside of me. And I got to see the strength that she had, because she went through a lot of stuff in her short 148 days. I mean, she went through a lot of surgery. She went through lots of medications being given. And, you know, and we were right there beside her, you know, the whole time. So it's like, if this little baby can go through all of this in that short amount of time, God has given us so many days, so many hours, so many opportunities to, you know, continue on whatever our life journey is. So I didn't start off to have a cookie business, but I also had a great support, and that was my therapist. Matter of fact, my logo that I have for Cookie Monster, she said, Carletha, I want to give you something. And I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm doing here. So she was like, and I've always, you know, like, I've always embraced this, you know, and I tell everybody, it's like, how'd you come up with Cookie Monster? And I'm like, I was just asleep one night, and God woke me up around 2 o'clock. He was like, bam, this is what you're going to be called. I had no idea, but I think on the journey, like I said again, our daughter, she taught us so much, you know, like she just taught us about just having to go through the hardest situations of your life, and then, you know, keep persevering through it. And plus, too, I had other kids, and I had to, you know, I still had to be mama. I had to still be mama for 4 other children, and, you know, it was kind of hard, but, you know, again, I got to hold her, feel her heartbeat. I got to embrace her. And some mamas don't even get the opportunity when kids are born with these type of disfigurements, or, you know, these prognosis. And so I consider myself thankful. You know, I'm not like a victim. I'm like victorious because of this, and because of her. I think that's the inner strength that she's like, girl, go get them. You know, mama, go get them. You know, and that's I actually, you know, have her remains that, you know, sometimes when life gets kind of wonky, I'm like, all right, Mary. I was like, mama needs you right now, because mama, you know, kind of struggling here. And, you know, I'll see her, like her birth date or something come up, or her song. The song that always encouraged me is when I see your face, you know, there's nothing I would change. And the girl, you're amazing just the way you are. That was her song we used to always sing. So whenever I hear that in the store, like if I'm shopping at Food Line or something, it's like, okay, baby, you're with me. Like, keep going, mama. So I think that's what all life situations are. They're there not to harm us, but to either redirect us, or either for us to be able to stand strong on it and keep building and keep growing. I encourage anybody, like, God has given us all gifts and talents, and whatever your gift is, you might not think it's a gift, but all of us are different and uniquely made. So I would always encourage anybody, hey, whatever you want to do, you know, do it. You have breath in your body, you have, you know, beating heart, you know, air in your lungs, like, you know, just go do it. You know, tomorrow's not promised, the day after that's not promised, all you have is right now. So I just say, you know, find your thing and go do it.
For Shore Perspectives and WESR Radio, I'm Kelley Gaskell.